All right. Welcome one, welcome all. Hopefully you are all well. Looking forward to getting stuck into another awesome seminar. Today is a Q&A based seminar, but we have got a few topics. Welcome, Joseph, brother. We have got a few topics that we're going to be really sort of delving into a little bit deeper today. Welcome, Dan. But before we do delve into these topics, first and foremost, everyone, quick wave, welcome new members. New members, we've only got a few. We've got Adam, Rebecca, Nathan, Glenn, Lauren, and Russell. Guys, these webinars, they are here for everybody, every single PT out there. We primarily focus on specializing and helping rental trainers and over delivering in a ton of value every single week. So get along and spend time with all of these amazing rental trainers here. Today, we're going to do a Q&A based seminar. All right. So with that being said, let's get stuck in. First things first, as I was just speaking there with Sue. So I believe in the UK, the clocks have gone forward. So rather than it being 11 now, it's 12. And therefore, people like Blade and Wes that are normally here, you won't see them now because it's currently 12. It soon will be 1 in the morning as of next week, because is anyone here in, obviously, Melbourne people, Tash, Morgs, and the rest, if there's any, Jack, are we going back? We get an hour in bed, is that right? I freaking need it after the last week. Will we get an extra hour in bed? Is it this week? So I think it's this week. Is that, does anyone know when it is? Anyone know?
I think it's this weekend, Sunday or something.
I tell you what, let's
Sunday.
It's this Sunday.
I think so.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Morgs. So next week, Queenslanders, right? It's going to be 10 o'clock your time, right? So normally I don't highlight this because I'm selfish and I forget. I only just think I'll show up at 10 and everyone will just be there at 10 Simon time. But this year, at this time shift, I'm just highlighting. So Sue and people in the US, I have no freaking idea what time it's going to be for you. I have no idea, but you can kind of work it out. We're going back an hour, right? So if it's now, say, 5 o'clock your time, it'll be 6 o'clock your time. But I think at the moment, Kelly's with clients and then you can attend, but then I know that before all of this mix-up happened, you were both attending. Do you know what I mean? But just make a note of that. So it's going to be 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, AEST. All right. I think that's right. Is that right, Morgs? Melbourne people? Yeah, cool. All right. So that's the first thing. Great to see some new faces here today. Joseph, obviously, welcome on board, bro. Fitness cartel trainer, looking forward to crushing it. Obviously, working with Jude. Jude is on a flight at the moment, living the dream, but working for us at the same time. He's in, where is he? He's in America at the moment. Lucky man. He's coming knocking on your door soon, Sue. So, yeah, with that being said, Joseph, welcome, brother. Tane, welcome on board. Charmaine, welcome on board, and anybody else. Now, this week, Q&A, I've got some really cool topics. So through Voxers today, and everything now, you can tell I'm kind of my normal bubbly self after what happened with my son. Back on it, normal stuff, anything goes, anything you need, just don't feel like you need to distance yourself. I'm good. And before we get into this list of good stuff from Voxer today, anyone, anything about anything. This is what it is today. There's no topic. It's just going to be a Q&A, and we're going to recap a lot from what we've gone in the last few weeks. There's been some really powerful seminars over the last few weeks. Zach, welcome on board, Zach. And yeah, looking forward to wrapping some certain things up. But any questions about anything? Tash, I've got your time management one ready to go, if that's what that was going to be. Apart from
another one.
What do we got? We got Ray and Sue. So Sue, you go first.
Okay. Hey, I got the MyZone somewhat set up.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I was just wondering if anybody has like suggestions or ideas or anything like that to put towards that. I don't even know. I know Michael's using it. I don't know if anybody else is.
To integrate it into your clients, or to
you know what? Like maybe ideas of how to I'm barely learning it, so I really don't know exactly, you know what I mean? It's just that there seems like there's a lot to it.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody has any value with that.
Well, I think for me, from what I do, obviously with them,
Uh-huh.
you got these yet?
Uh-huh.
So strap it on, make you, I wouldn't
Mhm.
lick them, but I will lick your fingers and like, yeah, right. So you make
Right.
sure it's on, download the app as well. So you got the app, I'm guessing?
Yeah, no, I know like all of that stuff.
Okay.
I'm just like maybe I don't know, they said something like you could have them go and do classes like on their own, but in your gym or something. I don't, like I said, I don't know what I don't know yet.
Michael, you're the man for this, bro.
Don't know about classes on it, but I know there is a setup where you can have everyone training together, and on your screen, all their tiles will come up, all their heart rates and everything if they're trying to push them into certain zones. I'm not sure if there's like a virtual class that you can run with it, but I know within our gym when people are training, you can see them all up there on the screen, and it has a leaderboard. And at the moment, they're doing a green light, yellow light, and red light challenge. So 2-week blocks. You've got to try and hit those green zones, the yellow zones, and the red zones. And your points only count in those zones for the 2 weeks. Then there's a nationwide leaderboard on the clubs on who's leading that. But for classes, not too sure.
Okay, yeah, they said
everyone
something
about
about that. Okay.
I've got a lot of my clients on them, just random people in the gym. They've seen me training with it and ask them what it is, and I just said, well, this is what it is, and they're all now going and buying them at the club, so more and more people are coming on board with them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think like just get your clients to get the
Right.
MZ3s or whatever, and just get them to use them. Like it's like it's a gamification of workouts. Like, and this sort of stuff is like, I don't know, it's taking over. Like it's like, if you know about it, like it's really, really, really powerful. Like it's cool, and it makes you push hard.
I could see that. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I choose not to wear mine when I work out half the time because I don't. But yeah, it's good. They're freaking dope. Joseph, you nodding there away in the background, bro. You ever come across the MyZone stuff before? Have Fitness Cartel ever integrated MyZone into any of the clubs?
I know in Snap Fitness when I was there, they had it, and it's pretty much what Michael was saying, where they can use them in the classes. A lot do it individually, just for their own personal workouts.
Yeah, dope.
Because they'll have the screen with how much, with their heart rates and all that stuff's up there. Over at Fitness Cartel, they didn't do it. That's more just virtual classes. But if they did have that, with their virtual classes, will show a lot more stats on what they're doing on their classes and their sessions.
Yeah, dope.
But it's pretty much just what you guys are covered.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly, I just get everyone in, like, it's more of like a family thing. I think just like get it integrated, get everyone to get the monitors. Obviously, you can distribute them now, right? And I think you'll get like kickbacks or something, which is a bonus. But yeah, just get it involved, and I would just use it as like, just make sure that when people are training, every single workout. You could do like a month, you could do your own challenge. You could do an extra, like you could do a giveaway each month. So for example, like client wise, if you've got, say, excuse me, you've got 20 clients, as for say, people that do the most amount of sessions with you, right? They're training with you more often, they're wearing their band more often, they're going to be highest ranked on the leaderboard theoretically. You could do a giveaway, right? You could do a giveaway each month for people that are utilizing MyZone, and so that it incentivizes them to go and buy the MZ3, which is a small investment, but like, I mean, every single person that's worn these MyZones, like within the first 5 minutes, they're like, shit, yeah, I need to push harder. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what you get from them. But yeah, come up with your own challenges. Charmaine, you got something to branch from that, have you? Can't hear you, though. Can't hear you now. I think you might need to connect to the speakers. It says that you're like off mute, but I don't know. Maybe it's Bluetooth or something. You can type. Okay, you type. So yeah, but I definitely think that you can run your own challenges for sure with it. And if you're thinking 8-week challenge stuff, Charmaine, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Can you buy the band separate? 100%. So all I have is a band. Like, I'm not joking, guys. Like, these things, when, like, I feel, and this is why I'm going to recap a lot of the seminars we've done in the past few weeks. The last few weeks, when we've built that student pack and we've done the 1-session drop sell for coaching, we talk about the motivational Kickstarter videos, of which, by the way, like, if you go onto the portal now, there's an example, Blade, like 10 out of 10 it, first attempt. There's so many good stuff, and Sebi as well. Yours is freaking sick as well, bro. You did very, very well, Sebi, and well done for a paid in full client as well, bro. Well done. So, like, this is, I find sometimes that we cover so much value, not being big-headed, but we go through like a lot of good shit that a lot of it is overlooked. Like, these things are freaking gold, guys. They're actually gold. Like, they really are. And then if you can get your clients involved, it enables you to gamify your business. It enables you to add challenges in yourself, and obviously, hopefully, you know, giving you ideas. But go and buy the band separate. You have to buy them online, Charmaine. You can't buy them in a club or anywhere. I don't think they distribute in like JB Hi-Fi or Walmart or anywhere like that. I think you've got to go through MyZone. So yeah, let me just open up the chats here as well. So clients have the band and pushing a lot harder and contract their calories more accurately, 100%. So it's really, really worth doing. I like 100% would recommend doing it. And anyone that's got like anyone who's got 20 clients or 15, 20 clients plus, like something that you can integrate in. It's like what Nathan does with his gift card giveaways. Like, it's a strategy that we run. Anyone that hasn't come across this strategy, like, it will be apparent and when the time is right for you. Gift card giveaways integrates local business partnerships. This is Sue. This is something we should be doing with you guys. Can you make a note of this, actually, Sue, so we don't forget this one?
Okay, what
Like,
do you think?
It's called gift card giveaway, because I really want to get you and Cal now. It's about just like market. We don't really do anything else. So gift card giveaways, like utilizing, you know, your local business partnerships, but doing a giveaway, you could tie it in with MyZone each month. The person who receives the most amount of MyZone points gets the gift cards from the local business partnerships. Like, there's so many plugins that you can do with this. But yeah, when you guys are ready, that's an advanced marketing strategy that we run, but it's a good one.
Okay.
People get really competitive with them too.
Yeah.
Like, you see the leaderboard every week, and they're just up and down trying to beat each other. And the last day of the month, people will come in and flog themselves for 2 or 3 hours on a workout to try and get first place. They get nothing for it.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
the gym every month, sometimes I pick the person that gets first, but they're just picking whoever does 1,300 points, and they're giving them like a movie voucher or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's an incentive to do it.
It's great. It's retention. Like, I think it's a retention-based mechanism for the businesses as well, guys. But that's MyZone. Ray, you were going to say something.
I just had a real quick question. I have a client that's consistently late, and what's a nice way to say, look, you need to be on time, because obviously I have time after.
Yep.
Because I'm not busy at the minute.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Great question, and I'll answer yours in the chat, Charmaine, in a second. So when you have late clients or anyone that sort of rolls over and you're back to back, right? What I would say to them is this. Today's, like, there's 2 ways. It depends how the duration of the sessions, etc., right? 10 burpees per minute late is a good one, right? Do that. But look, you could either say, look, I've got a client in 15 minutes if they're doing a half-hour session. So just say, today, train on your own. Let's reschedule you. But the next time this happens, right? Session's void, right? So T's and C's are there to protect all of you guys, all right? In stage 2, those T's and C's with your cancellation policies, and all of you guys know all this sort of stuff is basic stuff. It's there to protect you guys. So you can't afford to be running back-to-back sessions. And then, like, I had it once where I was doing like 10 back-to-back half-hour sessions. I ended up being half an hour back or delayed. So, and I actually had a client who came in towards the end and just said, like, fuck this isn't worth it. I mean, though that's what he said. He just said, fuck this, I'm not doing this, it's bullshit. And because I was I didn't warn him. I just expected that he would be okay with being half an hour late, but he wasn't. So pull them up, say, look, if you've got 10 minutes, or if they come 10 minutes into the session, just say, look, you can either reschedule the session, but give them the warning once off. And it's the same for no-shows when they're charged. And then people think, oh, I can just bank that session up and, you know, just abuse my PT's time, because that's what I think I hate about the industry. I think a lot of people just think PTs, oh, we'll just like, that's fine. They can just make the time up. Well, not really. And not if you're getting busy, which like most of us guys are, fully booked or having multiple trainers and leverage businesses. You've got to stand true to your T's and C's. So give them a once off, either reschedule the session or run it over if you're not back to back. And then from there, obviously you can just say, this time's fine, next time, no. All right. Zach's just put there as well, Zach. Good point as well, brother. So it has it in his T's and C's. If a client runs late, sessions will still conclude at the same time. So basically just says you lose that start of the session, right, Zach? You lose whatever you're late for, yeah. And there'll be shorter rest periods, more intense workouts. This is great. And again, if you want to add this into your T's and C's, perfect. But for me, I just add in that, yeah, if you come late, then you know, verbally, it's like, it's not in the T's and C's. We'll give you one time where you can come late, but I would normally just give them the once, and then from there, just say, look, rather than going in blunt saying, this is void, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't recommend going in like that. So that's that. Okay, so what did you have to show in? The bands and the monitors. So basically, this is a MZ3. This comes with the band, but then this comes off, and you charge this with a charger, right? What's the other ones, Michael? MZ1s, is it? So there's an MZ1.
MZ1 has a watch battery in it. So yeah, it's just like a normal little round watch battery. You might change it once a year.
Okay. Are these better? Are these?
They got a bit more function to them. The MZ1, you have to have the app open if you're training with it. The MZ3 has a 16-hour memory.
That's right.
So you can go out and do a hike or whatever, and it'll track your workout. And then as soon as you're on Wi-Fi and you open the app, it'll load everything up. And I think you only have to charge those things once every 6 months on your computer. Don't charge them off the wall because it will burn out the actual MyZone. You have to do it off the computer.
Yeah.
But the MZ1, it works. You just got to have the app open. If you're somewhere with patchy reception, it can drop out.
Yeah. So,
but if you're in a club that's got the hub, it'll pick it up automatically. You don't have to have the app open.
Yeah. Did you find as well with these, with the hubs, there's like maybe like a 25-meter distance before it cuts off? Because my last club had one hub, and if I went,
my gym's not that big.
It's not, the gym's not that big. If you
go, it's only a Snap.
Right, there you go. So I mean, look, I think for you at Snap, and I think for Sue, for example, not having huge clubs, it won't matter. But I used to be able to like go out of zone of the hub. Therefore, my heart rate wouldn't display on the TV. But basically, you don't need to buy a strap and then have to worry about washing the strap, Charmaine. These come with straps. Everyone has their own strap. And then I would get MZ3s, excuse me, because you can train without your phone, because your phone is what will track all of your workouts and compound your data and your points. And then if you train with this, so you go for a run and you've got like Bluetooth headphones that you don't want to carry your phone with, or you've got a watch which you're playing music through, so you don't want to carry your phone. You can come home when it's in range with your phone, it will sync back with your phone, and that's how it logs. But the MZ1s don't log. They don't have a functionality to be able to do that. So you need your phone with you all the time. That's correct, isn't it, Michael? Yeah. So hopefully that makes sense. Makes sense? Cool. Q&A time, questions about anything else? Anyone?
I have a very basic question.
Yes, Jack. Yeah.
So with our consult strategy where you pitch them, give them a body blast workout and those things,
yeah.
In Good Life, most people expect or they sign up to jump starts, which is 2 sessions.
Yeah.
So how does that strategy then change? Is it just sell them in the first session, or then, spread it out to 2 sessions, or what's like the smoothest way to do that?
This is a very good point, and it's been on my mind to make a training about this for so long. So I think this is probably going to prompt me to do it. There are various gyms that will have Good Life has kickstarts or jump starts, which is like, you know, they buy 3 sessions for $90 or something off the gym, right? And you have to do the 3 sessions or the 2 sessions or whatever, right?
2 for 49. Yeah.
2 for 49. Yeah. There's like Plus Fitness. They have their own ways of doing things. Lots of gyms do. Now, it's a great question. What we want to basically do is this. So at Pinnacle, we recommend that you have what's called a 2-part mind and body results-based training session, right? 2-part mind and body results-based training session. I do not call anything ever a consult, and don't ever call anything free PT, right? The reason why is because the terminology is boring and it's flat, right? So the question is, how do we take a Pinnacle approach, which is what everyone here takes based on obviously my experience and obviously coaching a lot of people's experience, which is polished into a way which perfects the consultation process, but take that and put it into a Good Life's 2-session approach. Basically, what Good Life's now, if they're 2 for 49, that's perfect. Break them down into mind and body, right? So we don't say consult, it's a 2-part mind and body results-based training session, right? First session. Now, what you always have to do here, guys, is pre-frame. You've always got to pre-frame with people. This is just really important in general, like communicational skills. Like if you don't pre-frame with people what you're going to deliver them, even though you know, like I know that this structure is the best, if they come and they've been told by a reception staff, for example, at any gym that you're going to receive 2 PT sessions, right? And then you go in breaking it down into a Pinnacle approach, which is allowed, but if it's not pre-framed, they'll think, what the fuck is this 40? Why am I sitting down here, right? Why am I sitting down? I should be doing a PT session. So what I would say to these guys is this. PT, and you could even go as deep as saying this, there's 2 types of PT. There's a personal approach and there's a physical approach, right? Like we always say, physical, personal, and psychological. That's the best type of PT. A right PT is the combination of all 3. You can say, right, what we like to do in here is break this down. Number 1 is a personal training session. Get to know your goals, get to know everything, etc., etc., etc. Go through a pre-exercise questionnaire, elaborate. If you get through that part, and Zach's hand's raised, so he'll fill in a second, so I'll note that for you, Jack, in a sec. Go through that. If you find that you're not able to take up half an hour or 45 minutes of time on the personal, the mind part, which is your pre-exercise questionnaire, the pre-exercise questionnaire, again, guys, is used to elaborate on. There's new training on the pre-exercise questionnaire, guys, that's been uploaded. I keep doing so many uploads of trainings, I need to tell you guys, but go there. There's some more training on the pre-exercise questionnaire. If you can't fill 45 minutes, then you can start some practical, right? And then tell them the next session is going to be a physical training session based and put together on what we've done inside the personal mindset session, which is the pre-exercise questionnaire. So that's how I would take a 2-part Good Life kickstart or jumpstart and break it into Pinnacles. Make sense?
Yep.
Zach,
Yep.
What's your experience? Come off mute, bro. What do you got?
Yeah, so this one was like a big learning experience for me when I first started.
Yeah.
Tip number 1, Jack, this is like, well, it depends on how busy you are, but the best advice I was ever given was put your 2 sessions together. Because the advice I was given from my PTM at the start was, you know, you'll have 1 session, which is that sit down consultation thing, in his words. And then the second one, which will be the actual workout. But one of the very advanced PTs or very experienced PTs here told me, put them together. So basically, when the jumpstart gets booked in, reach out to the person, like give them a ring, and like Simon says, pre-frame this. So basically just tell them exactly what you're going to deliver and exactly how it's going to be delivered and what it's going to look like and what the time frame will be. So a little script could be something like, you know, hey, it's Jack from Good Life, wherever. Just to let you know, like, we've got a session booked in at this day at this time. This is what it's going to look like. So Normally it's two, you know, the receptionist probably would have spoken to you about having 2 sessions. What I like to do, because I'm sort of really respectful of people's time and how busy people are in their schedules and stuff, instead of having you in for 1 session and then getting you back in for the next session, either the next day or the next week or whatever, what we're going to do is we're actually going to put them together. The sense of what that's going to look like is for the first sort of 15, 20 minutes, you know, just due to like sort of duty of care and stuff, I need to just ask you a few questions about your pre-existing health conditions, any injuries, stuff like that. What you can do in that time, Jack, is spend that time obviously getting the answers to those questions, but also building rapport in there as well.
Cool. Yeah.
And then depending on if that takes 15, 20, 30 minutes, then you can do your, I think you called it like a body blast or a wow session or like whatever it is. And then so that way your good life obligations covered in terms of you've given them 2 sessions worth of time. And then at the end, you can sit them down and like do your sales pitch or whatever, if you like.
Yep.
But
Makes
yeah,
sense.
that's the best advice I've been given.
I think that there
Okay.
is perfect. So thanks, Zach, because that was expertly explained, brother. I think as well for many other people here too, always like, I want to just say this, we always do a 2-part mind and body results-based training session as 1 session, right? So as Zach said, he was given some good advice there by his PTM or his fitness director or whatever, which is great advice. Don't split it up. If you split sessions up, like a lot of the time, especially if you're doing a pre-exercise questionnaire first, like what happens is that people will expect more and therefore potentially never show up to the second session, which is where the physical, right, training session and what they would perceive as the main value is delivered, right? So like, again, pre-framing, like I can't, you know, as Zach agreed with, I can't explain enough, like you pre-frame with people, communicate with people so they know what to expect, especially if you're taking a good life structure, right, and pinnacling it or putting it or Zachifying it or Jackifying it, right, making
The
it,
other thing,
yeah,
sorry, the other thing I forgot to say was to make life a hell of a lot easier for yourself. I'm assuming you're friends with all the reception staff, Jack. So basically just if it in a quiet time, man, just sit down with them one-on-one and just say, hey, look, you know, I've had some maybe negative experiences in the past with jump starts and stuff because gym members are coming in with expectations that are ABC. And then when I sit down and deliver them XYZ, you know, there's a mismatch of expectations. So if you just say to your reception staff, hey, look, the first sort of 15, 20 minutes is actually just, you know, the sit down talking part, you know, for lack of a better word. And then the workout comes afterwards. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is just get your receptionists on your side. And so when they are on your side and when they know how to pre-frame what 2 jump starts look like, you will find that, well, if they're doing it well and over time they'll do it better, but they will do your pre-framing for you, the receptionists.
Yeah.
And so that way you've got the member coming in primed and they sort of know what to expect. So when you do give them that call the night before or whatever, you're just basically confirming what the receptionist has said to them already.
If you're blessed with reception staff like that, amen, because most of them are like this, right? And this is where I'm gonna delve into this one. I was speaking to a couple people about this morning.
Make friends with them.
Make friends, right? Make
Buy
friends.
them a coffee or whatever.
Yeah, look, 100% incentivize.
Already
right?
doing.
Incentivize
Yeah.
them, right? That's definitely, and you've done this really well, Jack, already, right? Like I think I was saying to you this morning or yesterday, I said you're already going above and beyond and doing things where most people would accept no's. You're going, okay, that's a barrier, and you're finding ways to jump over it, right? That's what most people need to be doing, right? There is never is nothing no until you are said, do not fucking run this strategy in my club, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are multiple hurdles that you've got to go over. Like me and Erin at the moment, we're trying to find where Erin's Derrimut club is completely different to Nathan's, where Nathan is given access in certain clubs that he works in to data, where Erin is being suffocated of it, right? And one of my pet hates of the industry, and this, I think a lot of you guys will share this, right? We have a strategy called AEDT for free, which is a poster where people scan to book in PT, right? I do not understand why, and this infuriates me. Like, I don't understand. Someone is there, right? Right there. Hello, I'm buying a gym membership. Okay, cool, right? So when would the best time be to book this person in for their kickstart, their jumpstart, their free PT, their 2-part mind and body session, if they gave a shit about the PT, right? When would be the best time? When you're looking at them in the face like that, right? Or I tell you what we're going to do here is take this list of numbers, right? Call them. Takes you about 3 freaking days to do so. No one answers. People wonder who the fuck you are, right? I swear to God, this goes back, honestly, right? A lot of you smiling and like, hopefully it gives you a giggle, but I'm telling you, does anyone live that like day to day? I used to live it until I got through to the freaking reception staff. It infuriates me. They are right there in front of you. Book them in, or at least say, here's a poster. If you want to add PT, right, with terms and conditions, because we had someone this morning in the UK say they didn't like the add PT. They said, I love the poster, but you're misleading them because it says add PT for free, add PT sessions 2, right? And when he was giving 1, which was 2 parts, they was like, I love the idea, but can you change the wording? It's like, okay, no problem. Like, it's so much easier if these people are booked in there and then in front of you. If you can, right, have a PT manager or reception staff, right, like someone who takes action like Tane's team, right, you will be rich like Tane. No, I'm joking, but you will have a business that will blow up so fast. And I'm not joking. Like, me and Tane haven't had to use barely 1 strategy, and he's doing over 100 sessions. Is that right, Tane? Roughly 2 trainers, 3 staff members. Like, it's all because of the staff. I was blessed. This is so important, and again, it's really passionate, as you can tell. And again, Erin, it ties so perfectly in. I'm glad you're here, Erin, for this one, because Erin's going through shit at the moment with her staff. Try and get them on side. Buy them coffees, like Jack said, or like Zach said, right? Do whatever you can do, because these people, they don't care about you. They don't. And part of what infuriates me is that PTs fail daily in this industry. They are in positions where they don't know sales and marketing, but there are people that can easily put them in front of you, which don't. But they think, here's a freaking print off a list of calls. You make the calls. No one answers their phones these days. And you're sat there scratching your head. So look, I mean, try and take the add PT for free poster, right? Give them an out and then communicate with the reception staff. Like, this is what I'm doing. Again, pre-frame with them, get them to, like Zach said very well, get them to understand how you're running your 2-part session, that you're delivering as one, right? So everyone's on the same freaking page. And if that works, smooth sail towards success. Fucking easy. Like, I'm not even joking. It's only because there's so many different people and so many chopping and changing, and you're all here at the receiving end and the delivering end of unbelievable value, which just a lot of people just are never across. It's then confusing for them when you're over delivering, when they're expecting something which is actually less valuable than what you're trying to deliver. So there's the rant over, but I think everyone's on the same page with that. I think communication, right? If you don't communicate, guys, with your gym staff, a lot of you guys will never get off the ground. Well, I mean, I say that bluntly, but look, you guys know that, and that's why we have all the processes in place to be able to do so. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. So Jack, does that answer your question for the last 15 minutes or so?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, right. We're gonna continue here because I didn't think this was going to be a big one, but it's turning into that way. Tash, time management, shoot.
Yeah, so for me, was going through and doing my ideal week and where I'm currently sitting. My conversions, as far as when I get people in front of me, I'm usually pretty good. I'm just trying to really establish my my schedules to try and actually get more sharp rates for consults. I've done obviously the template in Excel. Any sort of advice as far as where I go about this? Because obviously I'm going to do the PT for free flyer up in my gym, but I'm obviously wanting to make sure I'm all set within my calendar app before I launch it. So therefore it's sort of consistent across the board, so I know exactly what I'm doing. Any feedback?
Yeah. So personally, I would allow consult slots each week that are always for consults, so that you don't need to constantly rejig, automate calendar booking software. So you should all, and therefore the only dilemma you're faced with is that when you convert someone in that slot who then says, I would like this slot every week, it's like, well, you can't have it, right? You're gonna have to move them somewhere else. So that's the first point of feedback I would give you. Then therefore you've always got slots, because like, you're going to get fully booked. When you're fully booked, you're then going to elevate yourself to sales and marketing manager. This is where leverage comes in. You're always having these slots available to continue growth, to continue conversion of consults into clients with confidence, right? So then you've always got that same one. I think with a quick look at your time management there, I think it's pretty spot on. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. Does anyone else have any feedback on that? And what's your basic question again, Tash? Like how to make the most out of the time?
So what's as far as with obviously evenings and mornings being the prime when people wanting to train, I'm limited in what my availability. I've got gaps for, so I'm using basically constant gaps at the moment that I have vacant for those consults, but I don't have many. So my mornings and my evenings usually are pretty solid. It's just I'm just struggling. This is
also going to occur when you get busy. You're gonna have to find time. Now I think, for example, Charmaine's getting there. I mean, Joseph's come on board, who's basically going to fill up a few more slots. Then we're going to hit the leverage button. We've got someone, Ash, at the moment, who's bursting at the seams. Cam is also bursting at the seams. Do you know what I mean? Jack, again, not too far away. We want a bit of ROI, bit of growth, and then hit the leverage button. Like when you guys get Zach, the same thing. Like when you get to these sorts of points in time, you're going to find that like what you're going to do is you're going to start forecasting forward to leverage. I think we're obviously doing well. We've exploded this year. We've done quite well, Tash. I wouldn't expect anything less. But then because is the conundrum you're faced with having enough slots to do
correct
still, but then book clients in that convert from consults?
Yeah, correct. Because at the moment in my mornings, what I do from 6 a.m. I'm usually pretty much booked right through about 8 a.m. and then my evenings, because I do also a couple of classes at my club, so that takes a good chunk out of my evenings. I'm just struggling to figure where apart from the Thursday one, which I mentioned to you, which is my last hour on my Thursday evening slot, I'm going to use as a consult, but where exactly I slot these in, because by Wednesday evenings I'm pretty much booked from like 3 o'clock through 7. Pretty much same thing on a Saturday. On a Monday.
We need to discuss leverage. That's basically where you're at, pretty much. I mean, it's quite confronting, especially after such a short period of time. But yeah, I mean, if you've only got say like 4 or 5 consult slots per week, and where the rest of the time is fully booked, and if we're obviously looking after family life, and you've got stuff outside of that, the times you're doing sessions which is non-negotiable and you don't want to chew into, and your turnover is solid, which is where it is. I think where we are is a good level. You're pretty much then going into like a leverage territory where your time's becoming so valuable that you can't. You've got no time left. That's where leverage comes in. That's what so we can discuss that, I think. Otherwise it's like trying to squeeze juice out of a dry lemon. Like it's not,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get shit. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyone want to give any advice on anyone leverage? And then Sue, I can see your hands raised. Anyone here? So like a Tane, a Nath, a Michael, anyone? So it's very ironic. All of you guys here today are on the brink of being fully booked, I think, right? Bar one or two, right? And the other people that we have here today are people that have trainers. Nath, Michael, Tane. I'm so glad. There's actually a really good mix of people here, right? Cam, Joseph, Ashley, Tash, Zach, Jack, all on the brink. What would you guys who have leveraged business models say to these guys? Tane.
Yeah, so if you're getting to the point where you're like, when you say that you're booked out, is it like back-to-back sessions, like one session straight into the other, straight into the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you just got to either look at the other thing, like I'd say would be look at like, you know, whether or not those classes and those sort of things are worth it.
Yeah. Because where I'm at the moment, I've got a casual contract, which basically I do a couple of casual hours, which does some member retention. And then there's the 2 classes, and they're sort of, we rescheduled one of the classes that was on a Thursday. We've moved that to a Wednesday because it's busier in the gym. The abs class, which is a Monday, which is usually consistent about between 4 and 6. The Wednesday class has just recently changed a couple of weeks ago. Again, there's no real push as far as to get people, like they want to get people into the classes, but there's no real push from the management to try and get people in. It's kind of been left up to me. So it's kind of like, well, I'm getting paid for it, but then I'm at that point that, you know, I've brought up to them is like, well, I'm happy to do classes providing that there's people going to be attending them. Otherwise, it's time wasted that I could then be potentially using for paid PT consults.
I'm going to stop you there, Tane. Don't say classes.
Okay.
What if these guys need to leverage? What do they need to do?
Oh, you just got to advertise, bring on a trainer, and all that sort of thing. I wasn't going to say to do classes. I was just going to say to scrap them. But yeah, you need leverage. If your time is that poor, if you're that run down, it's like leverage is the only option.
Leverage is key, right? Michael, would you be where you are today and have the wealth of experience and knowledge we do and be able to do what we do today without leverage?
Leveraging definitely makes it easier. Like when if you booked out and you got the time to be able to do it and you can palm off those sessions to another trainer, then it's going to open up all your consult slots.
It's just like no brainer. Nath, leverage, one word, yes or no? Right, guys, I'm always quite biased towards this, right? But what I hate seeing is people like Tash in a position where they're in a conundrum. Tash and Ash. Ash is a freaking busy man, aren't you, Ash? You can do a Nath, you can just do a thumbs up, right? You guys, I'm telling you, when you leverage your business, you will never look back. When you leverage your business, you will never look back. It enables you to do things that you would never thought would be possible. It unlocks new income streams that you would never thought would be, or a weekly income amount that you would never be able to unlock without leverage. Are there overheads? Of course, there are overheads. But are you in a better position? Well, unless you want to be working 40 hours on the floor every single week, back-to-back PTs, burning yourself out, take a holiday, don't get paid, can't make up makeup sessions because you've got too many clients. It's not sustainable. And this is why everyone thinks move online. That's the incorrect answer. And we prove that right here. Like leveraging face-to-face, don't focus on trying to fix something that's not broken. Like leveraging face-to-face, right? Leveraging what works is the answer. So I think I've gone in quite motivational and direct with that approach, but like it's something that I believe in that is firm. Zach, yeah.
One idea you could pitch to any of your, I don't know, more experienced clients or people that need less guidance than other clients is maybe ask them if they'd like to consider going online, like moving to a sort of touch-free product. So they still get your support, your guidance, and you get, weekly check-in, and, you can do video calls or whatever like that if you want, but it just removes that 30, 45-minute session that you're offering them face-to-face, or however many they're doing per week. It removes them from that and gives you that time back. So it's just one option.
You could do that. You can do that. However, the only dilemma, and with my experience doing that, is you're trying to, it comes across in a way where you're, even though you're giving them an option, which is what Zach said expertly there, it comes across basically like, can you fucking do this? Because I need you to do that because I don't have enough of this time to give you anymore. That's what it comes across like. So you're selling them something that you have not sold them previously. It's like when people come on board and they say, Simon, but the prices you want us to sell here, I can't get guys that are paying $60 an hour, right? I can't get them to start paying 120. We don't focus on your old clients. We only focus on new ones because what you've existingly sold to people in the past stays the same. So whatever you've got like existing T's and C's with people on, what existing products they're on them because they want to be on them, right? So if you want to then change the goalpost, they'll look at it as if to say, and Zach's right, you get a lot of people that might go, yeah, okay. Or if you've got a few people doing that and they've seen a little bit about it, then they might go, yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, that'll work for me. He's right, 100%. But for me, it does look a little bit like, okay, I'm being forced to do something here. Whereas when you leverage, you don't force anything. All you do is open up more slots, and you have someone who we correctly train to replicate, to be the best possible version of a Zach, of a Tash, of a Charmaine, of a Joseph. And then you have two. So you have 4 pairs of hands. And like, I always say this, so we don't want to speak about it for too much longer, but could Richard Branson be the pilot of every single one of his planes at the same fucking time? No, that's leverage. It's as simple as that. Like if it depends what your goals are in life, but if you want time, if you're a dad, if you're a parent, if you've got other family members and you want freedom, then it's the best way. But this is something that obviously takes time with people as well. It's not like you just jump at this. Like, took Michael a year to leverage, didn't it, bro? I think it took us a year to do it. And it's not like, it's not a laughing matter. It's like, this can be very confronting. It can be a big leap of, it is, it's not can, it is, it's a fucking huge leap of faith, right? There's people, again, like Joseph, come on board, with Jude, who wants to leverage his business. Like me and Jude did it like this. We jumped at it, right? Jumped at it. Just like Tane did, jump at it. But for some people, it's not that easy. So, but it is the answer. If you want to keep your products consistent and the same, if your time's getting sparse, then, you've got to leverage it. But, okay, that's that. Now, we're going to move anything else on that because I'm conscious. Charmaine, are you at home, Charmaine? You're not good. Do you have to rush this time? Are you okay? That's good. Does that make sense? Hopefully that was motivational as well, guys. I'd like my goal for every single one of you is to get you all fully booked. And then just to show you what the fitness industry did for me. The fitness industry changed my life, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. It's that simple. Like I could sit here and get emotional about it. I just wanted to show you guys what I was able to do. And I look at people like Zach, I look at people like Charmaine and Joseph and freaking all of you guys and go, you guys are just so much better shape or better trainers than what I was. Yeah. Like this is so easy when when you've got someone who's been there and done it. The potential's there for you guys. So, it comes from the right place. All right. So that's time management. Now, Tanya asked a question. Tanya was here before. I'm going to answer this one quickly because this is a good one. Programming package with accountability and what to do. So if someone says that they want a package off you, right, but they don't want to do sessions, and you then give them, say, for example, a program or something, but they want some form of accountability. Now, this here is pretty much online training, right? But just to answer the question, so Tanya, when you watch this back, it's here. What I recommend you do is this. You sell them a program and you give them what they need, all right? You then also set them up. So this is for someone who's basically wanting not much accountability. They definitely don't want any face-to-face training. This normally comes from a place that they don't want to pay for it. Basically, what you do is you put them on 1 session a month. So it might be a $15 a week direct debit. You have a half an hour touch base or a check-in with them once a month where you remeasure. You could do a fitness test or you can do a strength test. You can do whatever based on their goals. And you basically reassess, right? What you'll find with people that want these sorts of products is because there's a lack of accountability of having Zach as an amazing trainer, or having Joseph as an amazing trainer, or Michael, or any one of you guys, because they don't have you, no accountability, right? They lose a lot of progress that they would be making if they had you. So when you do their touch bases once a month, so my answer is give them what they want, give them the program, but you give them a touch base once every month for you to basically, all right, and no problem, Erin as well, no problem. Touch base and say, in a nutshell, it sounds horrible, but like there's been no progress. So would you like to revisit the option or give it a month, right, with accountability, right, and having a trainer? That's what I would do. So I would use a product where someone wants a bit of accountability, but they want to do it themselves. Give them that opportunity, give them what they want, book them in, make them pay for it in advance if you want to, right? Or set them up on a $15 retainer direct debit where they get one session a month. You go through a personal training session with them and highlight that basically. Hopefully they've got results. Hopefully they've got amazing results, but hopefully they also haven't, so that you can then pitch to them to do training with them ongoing. So that's what I would do there. That also ties in perfectly into our other products that we built. Has anyone taken any of those products, those student products, the PT packs, and started amending anything like that? Has anyone done anything like that? Now, I do know that
I can't find it on the portal.
Stage 2 inside your tangible product, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll screen share it with you all, just so you can see it. All right, here we go. So inside here, go to stage 2. Hurry up. Stage 2.
Found it.
You got it. Time hold, yeah. So it's in your tangible product. I've also renamed a lot.
Got it.
You might
All
notice.
good, thank you.
You've got it, yeah. We've also done some renaming here, guys. This is no longer whatever it was. It's now called Business Structures. Always chopping and changing. But in here, I also did a video, guys, on my Facebook the other day, which I made public, showing all through all of these products. So, like, we don't really want to overcomplicate, but we normally have a gold and a silver with a verbal drop sell to one session a week, or a coaching product, which is like chopping and changing between, you know, a call or a face-to-face motivation, getting them primed to take action with training, or one session a week. And then after that, you've got your student pack, right? Which is a once-off sale. Someone doesn't, they want your help, but you know that they're trying to just take as much as they can. You just sell it to them. That's it. And that's done for you. To a pretty good standard, and you can then chop and change that. But look, it's 26 pages, 28 pages core that you can kind of build off around. And I'd recommend it. Like, once it's done, guys, I mean, again, it's up to you if you want to incorporate it in, guys, but it's something there. So if people want something, you can just $50 or $100 done, and they'll get the value. So that's just to recap that. I mean, if people have started amending it, that's great. It's there, and glad that you know that it's there now, Nathan, where to find it, brother. Motivational Kickstarters, I touched on this as well. We did do a little bit of a segment on this. Sebi, who's now gone, he nailed his. Cam, no problem at all, my man, you're welcome. Charmaine, you did one of these as well. I think go and check out the one that Blade did on the webinar, or sorry, on the portal. It's phenomenal. It ticks all the boxes. He mentioned that he used a teleprompter for it, and it's the first video that I've, like, a teleprompter app, right? So you can write what you want, and then the app just kind of spits it out. It's the first video that I've ever seen from somebody, especially like Blade, who's never recorded a piece of content. Like, if that's how good I was when I started recording content, man, like I'm in awe of it. So teleprompter, and it's the first one that I've seen that I couldn't tell he's reading a teleprompter, and he's so engaged. It's just a lot better. Background, lighting, camera height, quality, everything is like on point. These videos, guys, you watch that video and put yourself in the shoes of a client of Blades or a client of yours, and you'll be able to see straight away why this Kickstarter motivational video is very, very important. Or look, it can be very important if implemented. You don't have to, but again, these are obviously the topics that we're bringing up in these Q&As and in these seminars. Okay.
Hey, Simon, was the
Yes, please.
teleprompter, did he buy it? Is that what you're talking about? Or is it just the app?
Look, I think you're friends with Blade. I mean, most people are friends with each other, client-wise. Message him, but I don't know what he used. I have no idea. If you want me to ask him, I can. But I'm sure you're friends with Blade, right? On Facebook, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't really get on Facebook.
Okay, all right. So maybe add him and message him, but I'll ask. He'll probably post because he'll watch the recording of this. So yeah, so that's that. And yeah, no problem. Zach. All right, now Charmaine. See if your mic's working. Is it working? No, it's not fucking working. Great times. Anyone else got anything else about anything? Because we're going to talk about 8-week challenges.
Now?
Yeah, now. There we go.
Yes.
Now. There we go. All right. Okay, go for it. What have you asked a question before about ads this morning?
Yeah,
right?
so Facebook ads. So I listened to your Voxer message as well, and I just realized that well, I've got to ask the question if it's just off the business page that we can run Facebook ads, or can we do it off our personal Facebook page?
I don't know. Morgs, do you know?
I think it's only a business page. I don't know 100%, but I think it's only a business page.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be the best idea then.
Yeah, it makes sense for it to only be a business page.
Yeah.
Correct. Now, you can activate professional mode on your personal profile, and I have heard on the grapevine that you can run ads from a personal profile.
Okay.
But like for me and for any of my clients, there is one that run Facebook ads. No rental trainer ever needs to run ads, period. Because you have more people as foot traffic than Facebook would cost you or would charge you the equivalent of thousands of dollars to have. These are people that know you, like you, trust you. They're in your face. They're not like Facebook ads these days. And there's so many people, like, I don't know whether you see these guys advertising online, nothing against them as well, because it does work, obviously. Not every business coach is there to scam and spam people, but there are a lot of people that are so firm believers of Facebook ads, when personally I'm a firm believer of having interactions with people like this as human beings, right? Now, like AI and stuff like that, which is coming and is already it's available, is going to change the game in the future. But I mean, it would take a lot to convince me that if you put me in front of Nathan, that Nathan's a robot, right? It would take a lot to convince me that it wasn't Nathan, right, as a human being. Therefore, I believe that human being and human interaction will always be able to be gauged to some degree. Anyway, going off course, Facebook ads, you can run them, right? So go for them, but if you don't like, and this isn't me just saying to anybody, like just run Facebook ads if you want, right? When you run Facebook ads, guys, so just to give you some clarity, there's a process called split testing, which needs to be done. I have ran them in the past, right? I have spent some money. Without actually running Facebook ads, I wouldn't be where I am today. I don't need to get into that one, but everything happens for a reason. And yeah, so I took some value away from it, but for you guys, you don't need it. There's a process called split testing, which basically means you need to gather data, and then you need to see what data works. Now, this is what color the image is, what is in the image that you're promoting, the copy, so the description of your ad, everything to it. You then need to take that, you need to split test it. I'm sure, Sue, you may know what I'm talking about with your past experiences. Sue, would you like to tell people about your past experiences running Facebook ads with a guru that you worked with?
It was very expensive.
Right.
Very expensive.
Right.
I can't say that it would never work for somebody, but It's super expensive. Just know that.
Yeah, know that. And I think for like, again, Charmaine, we spoke about this bulk blast, right? What I would personally do, so my last message to Charmaine, I believe this morning, was floor walk people, get interest. Combine that with your database. Every single one of you right now, if you take one thing away from this webinar, I had a guy in England. This guy is making I think about £2,000 a week at the moment. So he's not doing too bad. It's about $4,000 weeks at the moment. He was like, oh man, do you know what? Like, I just really wish I did this database stuff for the last 2 years because I've been in a pretty big position. No fucking shit you would be. Every single one of you, please hear this. You are here always to build a database. When we market, right? And those of you who haven't marketed much and already have a good database, your one goal should always be to build a database, right? So for Charmaine, instead of spending a lot of money on Facebook ads and split testing, you know, doing all this stuff of which costs money, and now in a very inflamed market, right? What I would personally do is this. I would walk the floor. If you want to run a challenge, right? Use the gym's brand first and foremost. We, right? Us, team, together. That's the language, right? You use Fitness Cartel's brand or World Gym, like where you are. So World Gym, Fitness Cartel, similar sort of clubs, right? So if Joseph and Charmaine are running one, we are running this. We're just collecting expressions of interest. Floor walk it, right? Clipboard, name, that's it, number. You will be notified via text message. And this is actually a tweak we want to put on the floor walking strategy now. You will be notified via text message of updates. From there, what I would do is I would record a video. Make sure, again, when you record the video, you do it with World Gym stuff on, with a background, which is all done. You have your freaking light setups and whatever you need, blah, blah, blah. You make it look good. You text people the link, right? If you would like the next piece of updated information about this, just simply reply with a thumbs up, right? You do that. But what you're also going to do is you're also going to blast this to your entire database too, right? So you're going to put this to your entire database too. All right. It's that simple. From there, you'll get a lot of people. Now, this plugs into what I know only one person is running, which is the large scale reoccurring bulk blast messages. And ironically, this guy's on the call and it's Nathan. Right. So you're still doing those little tips, brother, and you're putting it out there, bro. Right. Just out of interest, Nate.
Did one yesterday.
Did one yesterday. Awesome. What was the tip that you gave your database yesterday, brother? What did you say?
I'll try and give you a rundown. All it is exercising, eating for weight loss. Don't think you can essentially out-exercise a bad diet, and going into that a little bit. I'll show you.
Perfect.
That's kind of
perfect.
And it says sent it to about 900 people, opt out at the end, and I think 7 people sent back stop, and that was it.
Now 7 out of 900.
Over 900.
7 out of 900. That's pretty freaking good. Like, I don't care what anyone says. This right here, guys, if you're looking for a strategy and if you want to put into your time management something that needs to be done, it is frequent bulk blasting to a database. Remember this, right? You're always nurturing people. When you nurture them, right, you're going to get them in for a consult eventually. If they don't sign up, continue to nurture them, continue to value them, add value. Like, always do that. So you're going to plug, obviously, your list, Charmaine, your floor walk list of interest, but your whole database. And the one thing is, guys, you only want to go to this database, right, with value, right? Don't go to the database just to market something, because that's when people are going to be like, no, thank you. You're just coming to sell something. Like, remember when we used the analogy of Black Fridays? Black Friday is like the most annoying day for so many people because they get bombarded with so many salesy, sleazy emails. 15% off, 95% off, 10%, right? If you nurture, if Nathan does a bulk blast on Black Friday, right? I freaking guarantee you that he'll probably get more positive than negative responses. And for most people out there, it is the other way around.
May I quickly
add
in? every now and then, probably once every maybe 2-3 weeks, I do get like an old client or someone hitting me up. So I want to train with you. I think 2 weeks ago, I had an old client say, "Hey, Nathan, where are you at?" And, "Oh, Port Adelaide." He's like, "Well," he ended up coming on board and signing him on for gold. So
Now,
it does work.
This is what I'm saying to you guys, right? I can't, like, there's so many things. And again, for me, like, I mean, I should and will, and I should, could, and therefore will structure everything at Pinnacle for you guys into a polished, refined model, right? But there's enough of structure that you guys know what you should be focusing on to get your business to where you want it to be at this point in time, right? Now, the group marketing loop, the whole company-wide marketing loop, it's with us. Leave it with us. It's not something we've forgotten. It's just time consuming. So this sort of stuff, though, I cannot emphasize enough. This bulk blast messaging stuff, it is freaking powerful. And it's powerful not for sales. Like Nathan said, you get sales off the back end of it, right? So therefore it is powerful for sales, but it's non-intentionally selling, right? This is just giving tips to an ever-growing database. People go for consults with you, don't sign up, put them into your database, continue to deliver value, keep them there. Because when the time's right, loads of you guys, I always say, like, I know you're doing the right job, because people that come with open arms and leave with open arms, eventually, if you have one of them come back, it shows that you've let them leave with open arms, which is the right way, because they're coming back to you. So monthly, weekly, what are they, Ray? Nath, when do you do yours? Once every couple of weeks, once every week? What do you do?
Yeah, every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, but I'm looking to up it to a week every week.
So look, this guy's even trying to up it to a week. He's wanting to harass and spam his database even more because it's working so badly, right? You know what I mean? Guys, I'm telling you, this is one marketing strategy that if you did, all the people out there, and this is a really good way to kind of wrap things up on, but I will let Charmaine ask questions on the 8-week challenge. If you keep in touch with every single person you've ever met or you've ever met via bulk blast messaging of a database which ever grows, I am telling you guys, you'd be inundated with people that when the time is right, or when they're motivated, and when they don't have shit going on with their son, or when they don't have shit going on with their own health, when they don't have shit which is a priority, right? When fitness becomes a priority, they've had a message from Nathan no longer than 14 days ago, and therefore, in the back of their mind straight away is Nathan Tingay, and they're coming to him, and it's that simple. So yeah, bulk blast it, Charmaine, and then you send them updates with tips and the videos, and from there you'll get enough people come on board. Yeah.
We'll also quickly add, one of my biggest barriers to doing it more frequently was because the app that we use, the SA group text, I could only do it through the computer. And my computer is like 6-7 years old and takes like 30 minutes just to turn on. But I've worked out how to do it completely through my iPad as well. It's to do it through Excel. You can save it as a file pad, and then you can go into the app on your phone and upload it the same way. So I don't even need to use a computer anymore. It makes it easier.
There you go. There you go. And I think it's one of those, the only thing you need to actually do is continuously upload your database, right? Or update the database, which is where that Excel comes in, right? Or the computer, which you're now using your iPad for, right? Apart from that, guys, it's all done on here. I mean, like for guys like, I mean, Ash, Tash, Joseph, definitely, Ray, all this. This is like an advanced marketing strategy. It really is. Like I always say, like, U Foods, it's the one that always comes to my mind. Like I used to buy U Food meals, and whenever, and this is the power of the marketing, right? I get U Foods messages once or twice a week. Like, why do you think those messages they do them? So that whenever I think of meal prep, who do you think of? It took me 2 seconds to think of the name, right? It's powerful marketing to the subconscious mind to know that they're always there, but they're not right in front of your face saying, buy my freaking Fitness Cartel product right now. Do you know what I mean? It's just letting you know we're still here. We're here. Click the link and download a free meal plan this week. Oh, sweet. If no one takes you up on the offer, who cares, right? But you've got to be there. A lot of people just will never put themselves out there. And again, I could take this deeper for anyone that's watching this on YouTube, right, or recording. This is why social media posting is so important, guys. Like, people spend more time overcomplicating what to post than actually posting content. Like, get social proof, post it, right? Like, just make it consistent. I did nothing special I've ever done apart from just never stop. You can't, like, persistency and consistency. You can't ever fuck up when you're persistent and consistent. It just helps when you've got a lot of structure that's proven and tested and proven. You know, you'll fast track a lot of success. But yeah, so Charmaine, questions on that one with your 8-week challenge?
Don't have any.
Okay, that's good. Facebook ads, guys, as well. I would recommend this, and I'll leave you with this tip. I would recommend posting, I think I said to you, Charmaine, about this one this morning. Personal profile is where you're doing a lot of your posting, right? Always personal profile. However, like me and my team will drop one post maybe every 2-3 weeks on our business page. The only reason why is just in case. So if I ever come into, or when I come into massive influx of popularity, like on a worldwide scale, and Pinnacle Fitness Consulting is known as the Nike and the Adidas of the industry, and therefore I can advertise without having to deal with people saying my testimonial videos are fake and that I don't speak with as many people as I speak to and all the negative shit. I can turn that ad on, and there will be 3 or 4 or 5 years worth of social proof there, posted once every 2-3 weeks. That is why I will do it always. So just do it. Like, don't think our business page never going to be used. Tane, we open up a studio, brother. This is what I'll be saying to you. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of these things. Anyone opens up their own gym, anything like that, they want to run ads, always make sure you post the best pieces of content on your business page. And hopefully that towards the end of this seminar, you can see today about the biggest sort of scale of marketing with bulk blasts and ads. And you still need to be consistent, though, with building a database. You've got to be consistent with posting in general. Otherwise, you won't be able to do any of these things. And yeah, I think that was everything that I had. Yeah.
Real quick before we finish up, Simon, I got a question.
Anything you need.
So I've had a couple of replies about people doing their free session and that sort of thing, saying they wanted to do it with Claire or wanting to do it with one of our other trainers. How would we go about just that?
What free session is this?
So like when they first join up into the gym, so their consult, their 2-part mind and body session, they're like, oh, hey, I was just wondering if I could do this session with Claire. How do we word that to them? Like, hey, the first one, the free one would be done with myself. And then if you want to continue with training, we can get you started up with her.
You always have to ask hard questions.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about it until now. I knew there was something I was supposed to ask, yeah.
Okay, so when you run a leveraged business model, guys, for those of you who are still here, because I really value you've been here for 1 hour and 20, but hopefully this has been a value-packed seminar. I thought it would be today. When you're in Tane's position, Tane takes all the sales, right? Basically, this person is asking to do a consultation with one of his staff, right? I don't really know. So, like, you can do it, but the thing is if you say, okay, cool, and then just like, this is the presentation, close them. It is dangerous on the level that if they think that they can close, then what's the point in having Tane? Do you know what I mean? But a lot of the time, I just overthink that. You can just say, cool, go for it, right? And just say, give her the 2 sessions. You're going to have to then pay her for the sessions, I'm guessing, because she's used to being paid for the sessions, but these are free sessions that you get from the gym, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it's tricky because it's tricky. Yeah. Basically, you could say all the trainers that work here, they do paid sessions. These are free sessions, so therefore, like, I do these. You know.
Okay. Yeah,
I would
sweet.
just be honest and just say, look, all the guys here, they work and they do paid sessions. These are free sessions. If you want to materialize to doing personal training and you want to work with Claire, no problem. You can work with Claire. But all of this, all the informational stuff, all the Kickstarter stuff, like I've been the one designated to take all of these because I've been chosen to be the one, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet.
Say that. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, easy.
Right. Guys, honestly, from in here, thank you again just for the nice words from me and my family at this time. And also just thanks for being legends. Joseph, thank you for attending, dude, and hopefully you've enjoyed this seminar. Each week they're packed like this. And welcome on board. Nath, Charmaine, Tash, Ray, Michael, and Jack, thank you. Tane, as always, brother. Anything else? Everyone good? Love you all. Speak to you soon. Thank you.